Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
smoking hot, off to a blazing start tonight. It is the Guitar Arsenal, Tuesday night, August 20th, 2024, approximately 9:18 p.m. Eastern. I want to welcome everybody in.
Taking the later start, that extra hour of
right?
warm-up.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So, especially during the week, and it gives a little time to kind of relax after you get home. And certainly you guys being 3 hours behind gives you a little extra time from your 5 o'clock quitting time.
Correct.
Who the hell works till 5 o'clock? What? 3:30 without a lunch. 4 at the latest.
Must be nice.
I start at 7:30.
Right?
I get to clock in as soon as I leave my bedroom. I'm work from home. Bam.
Well, welcome in, boys. John, Randy, Trev, and Jimmy. What is happening?
Fellas?
We call him Jim.
We missed you Sunday, Jimmy. You was out fishing.
Well, I ordered a new Synergy Syn 2 dock. And, of course, the ad said, free 2-day shipping. And I was like, perfect. Well,
It's a lie.
leave it up to the, USPS to screw up a wet dream. And I didn't get it until Monday.
Gotcha.
And so I tried to make the old one sound good, and it was just pissing me off. So it's like, screw this, I'm going to the lake and going paddleboarding.
There you go. So the new one has taken care of the problem?
Well, and tell him the story, Jim.
So I got my power fix too.
Yeah, that's right. You had like 130 volts to the wall or something, right?
So I took a picture of the multimeter into the wall socket and went down to Northwest Energy, who's our utility supplier. And a couple days later, they came out. I got a transformer that's about 500 feet away from the house because everything's underground here, and they apparently had to replace some guts.
Right. Yeah.
To it. So I'm
to turn the fucking variac down a little bit there, pal.
yeah.
So you needed some more Jello inside her.
So I'm at 120.5, which is still a little bit on the high side.
Yeah, a little bit.
But
Well, within the range of
Are
acceptance.
you going after them for your for the cost?
Well, I'm gonna try and see what kind of pushback.
Doesn't hurt to say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Your
so
shit transformer fried my amplifier, man.
Right. Yeah.
But
did they
I
say
wouldn't go at it with that particular phrasing.
Did they say what was wrong? Did you have that high voltage everywhere, or was some of it lower in the house?
No, it was everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay.
And probably your neighbors too. I wonder how many DVD players or
Fuck, I don't know.
Toasters.
right
Well, I mean,
microwave. Well, jeez.
Some of these
Need
modern
new microwave,
electronics
man.
10 volts really isn't that big of a
No.
difference.
It depends.
Most of the
if you're-
stuff has got enough, built-in variance into it to where stuff will probably run a little hot.
Mm-hmm.
But, because my TV and I got all this other electronic stuff, but it was just apparently my Syn 2 that couldn't take the fucking heat.
and maybe there was some other weak links that were brought forth by said weak link, but
Right.
yeah, it's good to get it serviced.
that Syn 2 probably has more hours on it than anything else in my
So,
house, except the refrigerator.
how far
Right.
did you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to send that to get serviced, and what's your ETA on return?
Don't know.
To
So
be determined.
it's going back to boutique amp distribution.
Okay.
Was it new when you got it?
Yep, I bought it brand new 7 years ago,
7 years ago. Wow.
and so they're gonna fix it. I have my new one, and as soon as I got this one hooked up, it was like, yep, there it is.
Night
It's
and
like,
day.
So
oh
that's
my
just
god,
a
it was
single bay,
unbelievable.
and you can drop in the different modules you have, or did the modules go back with the old one, and you got a different module?
I kept the modules.
So they were
But
okay.
But I got two, I have two other modules. I'm sitting there thinking, it's like, well, I could do a faux wet, dry, wet now
Mm-hmm.
when you get the
by slapping a
cube
mic
back,
on
yeah.
the other cab. 'Cause I still have two other modules. I still have that PV 6505 module and a plexi module.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I could just, I routed my, my backing tracks into the second USB-C on the Roadcaster, so that freed up the extra, another XLR on the Roadcaster. I was like, well, I could just slap a mic on the cab.
There you go.
And,
There you go.
And play with that and see what I can coax out of that.
Cool.
Stay tuned, folks.
Right on.
So,
Get an XLR dongle so you can have like 16 XLRs in.
Right? I'm giving it all she's got, Captain.
Run it in stereo.
Well, cool, man. Glad to have you back, and glad to hear that your rig is coming up. Now, we've got a bonus coverage a little later on tonight with something that I think is pretty cool. And, I've told everybody in the chat watching the show for the longest time that I was going to figure out a way to get a small rig that would sound very close to this rig, the B rig. And I bought something the other day and tested, and it's gotten the closest to my ear for my satisfaction. So we'll put it to the test a little bit later.
Excellent.
And we'll hear how it sounds. So then we can kind of go over what it is. It's still not cheap, but it's certainly not,
Is it ever?
The big, huge wall of wet, dry, wet back there. So
If you like nice things, you like nice things.
your mileage may vary with what you do with it. But yeah, we'll kind of talk about that. But we have a couple of things to get to. First and foremost, let's give a big shout out. A thank you to our channel members. We do have channel membership available if you should choose to help support us in that manner. We do appreciate it. Certainly appreciated, but not required. We want to give a big thank you to all of our old and all of our new channel members that we've got. A big, huge shout out and a thank you to all of you. It is much, much appreciated. We got the chat is cooking over there, so we can get over and we can open up the chat and see who's here. Let me see.
You just unzip that. I'm just
Big
come
old
forward and say Happy Dime Day to those who celebrate.
Right
I know
on.
Christopher does, right?
Yep.
My brother Kristen.
We got a couple over there talking about it. So let me get it unzipped here and we'll. There it is. There we go. We got first one that popped out was Dan Gorman. Welcome in, Dan. Good to see you, sir. Channel member Paul McNary. No cats, or at least one that's smiling.
I'm sure there's half a dozen. He's got two in his beard.
Welcome in, Paul. Let's see. We got channel member Arkansas is here. Good to see you, Arky.
Right on, Arky.
Channel member Matt of McCollum Music is here. Good to see you. We got channel member Way Manjo. I am in the house. So welcome in. Welcome in. We got Florida Claimers Ted is here. How'd you do on those scratch offs a little earlier? I was at work and I saw a little bit of Arky's stream where you were scratching off. Did you win anything? Let us know. Channel member Electric Gypsy Blues is hanging out with us. Good to see ya. Channel member Hillary is here.
Right on, Hillary.
Happy Taco Tuesday, y'all. Right on. Got channel member Hip Metalworks is hanging out. It's time for a beverage.
Oh, it's almost time.
Right on. Let's see. We got KXM Rocks here. Right on. He thought this was Halenville. What the hell?
Well, all roads.
You ever hear that saying, you jump in my grave that quick? You give up a prime spot on a Tuesday, Tony, if you're here, I'm sorry. We had to jump in and fill it. So
Wasn't even dead yet.
wasn't even dead yet. Yeah. We were like in the hole.
Well,
And,
I mean, there's a dibs thing. It happens. You need to call it dibs. And
right. Had to get in there quick. Because, probably under the bus or somebody would have jumped in there,
Or just
Could have been the Beast
Quentin
Companies
and
on
say,
Tuesday.
Do it whenever you want.
Could have been. Let's see. Who else we got? We said hey to KXM Rock. Let's see. Channel member Rob Blackmore Official.
Hey, Robbie.
Saying good evening to gents and everyone.
Alien, Rob Blackmore.
Good to see you, sir. Got Wall of Cries is here. Saying good evening. Good to see you. Channel member Alonzo Guardia is here and hanging out.
So,
Right on. Brian Peterson is here. Welcome in. Somebody said fair warning. You got it.
yeah, man.
Let's see. There's Quentin James. What's up, Pops? He's hanging out with us. Let's see. Who else we got? Symmetry's there in the chat. Channel member Martian Murray is here. Good to see you. Let's see. Who else? Channel member Whittle Joy is here, saying hello to everyone. Welcome in. Can't Drive 55. How is everyone tonight? We're doing good.
For Tuesday.
We got Lucy Grace 56 is here. Welcome in. We also have LA2B11. Right on. Welcome. Let's see. Who else? Scott Brockway is here.
Scotty.
Asking for some boobs. I don't know why you'd ask for that from a panel of dudes.
Have you looked in the mirror?
Good to see you, Scott. Let's see.
Fired.
Who else? There he is. Kurt 5150 is here. Welcome in, Kurt.
Brother, man.
Let's see.
I'm just playing, Scott.
John DeShane in the chat. What was this about? Not tanned enough? Oh, he says Randy Jackson. Not tanned enough. All right. Who else? There's Christopher Sova is here. Welcome in. And Steve V is
Did he
here.
lose his avatar? Because it's just a C. I don't remember him just being a C before. Didn't he have some kind of an avatar?
Yeah, George Lynch on there for a minute.
I thought he was lying, too.
Maybe this is a backup account. He's normally Christopher Live Sova.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Good,
So
good
see, he's coming in supporting with another sub on a backup
That's
account.
right. That's right.
Everybody should do that. Make a secondary backup
Remember,
account.
at 5150, we give away another guitar.
You never know when you might need that backup account. So go ahead and log into it and log in here. Sub. Exactly.
Backup accounts. The OU crew.
OU crew. That's right. Backup channel. Let's see. Steve V, we said hello. Let's scroll on down. We've got Patrick Trites is here. Welcome in.
Hey.
There he is. We were talking about him. Fruitcake Tony saying, hey, dudes. Welcome in, Tony. Let's see. We got channel member Agent Elvis.
Right on.
I think that may be somebody that has changed their name, and I think I know who it
Thank you
is.
very much.
Maybe
because there's a few things on how
Stevie
to-
Ray, maybe? I don't know.
Could be.
Let's see. Maybe he was trying to hide, and I just blew his cover.
Right. Still wearing the same shoes, man.
Zach Thong is here. Welcome in, Zach.
Brother Zach.
Let's see. Scrolling down almost to the end here.
I don't see you.
And
Keep going.
let's see. Lucy Grace 56, we said hello to.
Yep. Lucy.
Let's see. Scrolling on down. There's Bo, channel member, Guitar Man 45, saying hey to the crew. Right on. Yeah, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you, Way Man Joe. It's always easy to forget to hit that thumbs.
And for the randoms that, this pops up on your feed, you came in here because you like watching guitars, playing guitar. This is our guitar gear focus show, not so much jamming and stuff.
Yep.
We take a deep dive into that guitar, and I can't wait.
We figured we'd start it off a little hot tonight, though, and come on in with a jam, though. McCullum Music, throwing it on out there for us. Dollar. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate that. One
Quentin
OU812 membership. Who did it go to? I didn't see it in the chat.
Quentin, really?
I don't know. He usually gets them. Didn't he get one like last week or
Forgot to
something?
look.
He did, yeah.
Let me scroll up.
Cushman.
It's Cushman, NYC. Right on.
That's a good one.
Cushman, very deserving. Right on.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Matt. Certainly appreciate the support, sir.
Awesome, brother.
Let's see. Who else? There he is. In green now. Cushman, NYC. Right on.
Right on. Cheers.
Thank
for
you,
that.
Matt.
Drink to that.
Al's G is here. And we said hello to Alonzo, I believe. Now,
What's up,
was
dude?
Was it Alonzo that messaged you?
Yeah, I was going to say something, but I thought maybe I shouldn't.
Let's go ahead and tell the story. Others can learn from it. Others can learn from it.
Don't get mad, Alonzo.
Well, now
Let's start it out on the baddest note ever, like bad as in badass.
well let's set it up first though.
That's what I'm
Alonzo
saying.
is a younger guy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how old. Obviously younger than us. And he took the initiative after listening to the OU crew. He wanted a tube amp, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was his first tube amp that he bought, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll let you carry on from there.
So Alonzo got him a 50 watt 5153 Stealth and 4x12,
Nice.
and it sounds awesome,
I'll bet.
like super awesome. He was
Counterballistic.
he was playing some awesome Tremonti and Creed riffs on his Instagram, man. And but he messaged me and he goes, hey, dude, I don't think I've got my wah hooked up right or something. It doesn't sound right. It's like, okay. So we kind of did some troubleshooting, and he had it hooked into the effects loop. He's trying to run a pedal board with a delay and all that stuff, and he just ran it all through the effects loop. And I don't really know how to describe it, but when you kick the wah on and it's in the effects loop, it pretty much kills just about every bit of your sound and sounds like a hair dryer coming through
Right.
a 4x12.
Yeah.
So I took a few minutes and kind of explained what effects go in front of the amp and what more so
in what
belongs in a
order?
loop. We didn't really go in the order, but Alonzo's a big Mark
Shouldn't a wah be
Tremonti
closer
fan.
to the front
Yes. Wah always goes in front of the amp.
after the tuner, right?
Oh, before,
Some go right.
before any
before anything.
buffers. But
You're-
it doesn't
you're-
matter. Doesn't.
Generally,
Flavoring
you
your
want
guitar, not the pedals.
Right after
generally-
the guitar.
he'd sent me a picture of Tremonti's new pedal board that he's running on this Creed tour. He's got a Digitech drop pedal.
The new black one.
No, he's got the same one I've got. Boss Octaver and a couple other things on his board. He's got a whole, I forget if it's an overdrive or he's about to start his own pedal company. But that guy, man, he stays busy. But he was kind of like, well, he's got all this crap on his board. I'm like, and every bit of that's going into the front of the amp. So you generally want wah, tuner, anything that
Fuzz.
really impacts the signal before it hits the amp. A fuzz,
Phase
Any-
90, Ben Coombs.
yeah, a phase. You can technically put a phase 90 in the effects loop. It sounds way better in front of the amp.
Thank you.
Same as a flanger. Anything that deals with dropping or raising your pitch, like a detune pedal or something, or an octaver or something of that nature, needs to go in front of the amp.
Unless it's a micro pitch
No,
detune.
detune goes in the loop, man.
No. I'm not talking about that type of detune.
Oh,
I'm
you're
talking
about-
I'm talking about a drop pedal.
Well, you
Gotcha.
just did say any type of detune.
Pitch. No, he said any type of pitch. Didn't he?
See when
Well,
Y'all confusing people. Y'all
Right.
confusing people. As a people, I know.
I'm not talking about a harmonizer that shifts pitch where you can raise and lower.
I was
a
taught that the
certain
modulation
sense.
goes in the loop,
Right.
and the other
Modulation and
flavors
delay.
goes out front.
Right.
The yah-yah pedal goes in the trash. Gwen.
That goes in the bin.
The
And some,
dumpster out back.
some reverb typically at the end as
That's a
well.
bin pedal, especially if
Right.
it doesn't have a toe switch. What?
Yeah, if you actually run like a reverb unit or pedal or whatever, and if your amp doesn't have it, it goes at the end.
If you're old school Eddie Van Halen, you just jam everything right in the
I got
front.
some
Just
kind of
yet.
crybaby. I need to get a couple things. Does that thing work better on a battery, John, or should I get a separate power supply now to bring that wah pedal over here?
Well, it depends on if you ask John or if you ask Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson
right.
would
John
tell
gave
you
me
that
the pedal, so he's used it. I'm gonna go, and he's
I
never
don't
steered
fuck
me
around
wrong.
with batteries because the moment you're
Battery.
done with it, you're gonna leave your thing plugged in and it's dead. And then
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
unscrew
yeah.
the back.
I'm
and
quite familiar.
Those things are
I have
not. They're
piles of
fragile
dead
as
9
shit
volt
too.
batteries.
and you got leaking acid everywhere in there.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
just get
But
it
to
after.
but to end the Alonzo story,
Right.
All right, sorry, I digress.
I drew he drew a pretty good. He's like, oh, he drew it out like on his phone. He's like, okay, so this is what you're talking about. Meanwhile, I've got a
diagram.
pretty crude diagram that I'm drawing on a piece of paper. And I'm like, yeah, I like that. So he got it straightened out. He's got his wah going in the front of the amp, his delay in the effects loop, and it sounds awesome.
Right on. Congrats, Alonso. Congrats
Right on.
on that new 50 watt 5150.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, man.
Looking forward to hearing it, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue with roll call. We got channel member Blue Mox is here. Welcome in, Blue.
Are we still on 32 minutes? God
Yeah,
damn.
I think we've got like 20 more people that have jumped in. Under
Left
the
Field
Bus
Tuesdays.
Network is here saying Quentin James and I are launching a new show Tuesdays. FJ's ears. Smash those thumbs up.
You'll be on the second monitor.
And they're going to tour everything that's in their guitar moire.
Super chat to change the lights, baby.
Hey, you know what?
I got to give props to Kurt. His set looks pretty good now. He's got all his guitars hanging up at just the right distance apart, and just the right angles.
I mean, I'm not proud. Somebody wants to send a super chat. I'll flash my lights in here. You know, I got no problem with doing that.
Change colors. What do you want? Green?
I can do it. It just takes me
I
a
guess
little bit.
Dime Day would be pink, right? Pink beard, man.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Right, I'm going to get my fucking flicker.
All right. We said hey to Zach already. Let me keep scrolling here, and we'll see. Channel member William Da Silva saying evening, duders and dudettes. Right on. Welcome in. Let's see. Christopher Sova bought a new vehicles, Chrysler Outlaw Country. I put VH1 in to play first. Picked Cindy up for Buddy Guy Friday. Turned on the radio and she hears Why Can't This Be Love? Way to break it in. Let's see. Who else we got? Who else? We said,
Is that like
hey
a
to
minivan, Sova?
Florida Claimers. Scrolling. Let's see. I think we have gotten just about everybody. There's a new face. Wayne McConnell is here. What's up?
What's up, Wayne?
Let's see. Who else? What
you getting, Greasy?
There
Is
we
there
go.
more Greasy?
Channel member Greasy,
there's
a
more
monkey
Greasy.
guitars is here and hanging out.
More Greasy.
There we go. Now it's
Is it going
official.
to be a big reveal? Or did he say last week what he's getting?
Let's see. Who else?
What?
We said hey to Way Man Joe. Coming on down.
You're
McCollum
caught
Music.
No, you're not. Damn near caught.
Throwing it out. We can flash some lights there for you. How's that? That work?
I went into the red spectrum.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on here. I mean, that's really close to the
Trev,
color.
don't forget about the dime slime, bro.
To the color that I'm at
We're
right
gonna go
now.
green. RGG is the second column. See, for those of us that can't tell. Let's go in the middle.
Let's see.
That's got a little more blue in it.
You know what? They changed my freaking.
Fucking green slime. Dime slime.
What the heck?
I can see green just fine. Thank you very much.
That's some kinds of greens I can. But when you're looking at wires, and
Oh,
you
here
get
we
the
go.
reds and the greens, and then the red with the black, and the green with the black, and then you got a red, white, black, green.
There we go.
and-
There we go. Now we're at the color of his
Best thing
super
I ever
chat,
seen
right?
was when they started putting numbers on those.
Quentin James throwing it out there for us as well. His regular solid 37.
That's
Yes.
like 18 cents Canadian.
Right?
That's the Kroger. Right?
Yostinator is here. Says, can we just take a minute and appreciate what's going on here? Absolutely, man. Do we need a moment of silence?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, that's good enough. Let's see. We said hi to Dan. He was first one in. Kurt says, I know a guy in Santa Cruz that changes the lights by pushing the button on a remote off camera. It's on a delay, not magic.
Cool.
I
What?
thought it was connected to the bank.
It's not part of
I
the
don't know.
StreamYard YouTube.
Who
family.
knows? Who knows? You know, it's easy to do. I mean, all you got to do is sit here with your little remote, you know, and just hit the little button. Are my lights changing? Oh, I got a red
we went
super
green.
chat. We went green?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I mean, it's not that hard.
Watch out for Scotty.
Fiber Internet bought a SM58 yesterday. Get your earplugs ready. Why did you choose the SM58, if I may ask? Is it for vocals? Is that what you're doing?
Scott's
I mean, it
karaoke.
depends. I used John DeShane as an example the other day. John DeShane has 57s on his calves, but he's got a 58 in his face.
Well, you know what the only difference between a 57 and a 58 is, right?
Cage.
That's good.
The 58 has pop filter on it. That's the only difference.
Yep.
So
What's like, you
it's
know,
the same
the
microphone.
7B that we're using, you know, John Petrucci bikes his cabs with it.
Wow.
Now there is a small resistor circuit change for the 7B. So, but you know,
It is a pretty tasty microphone, though. Talking
It
about
is.
the industry
It is.
standard for a webcast discussion, talking,
it
interview
makes you
show.
sound like a radio announcer.
And with the proper preamps, with the Focusrite, you need a cloud lifter. What?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's what, $150? Damn it.
With the Rodecaster Pro 2, you do not. Plugs right in, and you're good to go.
There's a preset for it, so you're fine.
Yeah. There's Christopher Live Silva on his real
there's
account.
the other one.
Feel
Right
like
on.
a super
Feeling
tall
the
soccer
love.
mom now. Right on. I see that guitar in your avatar there. We're going to be talking about a Kramer in just a minute, but it's funny. This evening I saw Aljon on Facebook. Aljon Go with Kramer.
Epiphone.
Epiphone Kramer. He posted up that they're coming out with some fresh Kramer models, and one of them is a Pacer, very much like the guitar I have in my hand, but with that design on it. They call it a Sunburst Tiger graphic.
Yep.
So that'll be very cool. We may talk about that at another time, but we've got stuff to get to tonight.
Some gear in your name.
Let's see. Anybody else popped in here? Let me see. Ferd Burfel is here, channel member. Welcome in, Ferd. Good to see you.
Ferd, man.
I'm glad you didn't fall asleep on us tonight, Ferd.
Well, you may
Welcome
just
in,
woke
brother.
up for all we know.
It could be. He had a nap already. Alonzo says, Kramer, let's go. Right on. So I think we've caught everybody. If I've missed you in the chat, I apologize. Say something. We'll say hello.
There's your answer.
For talking, I can't USB mic with SIO interface. Gotcha. Well, looking forward to hearing what you do. Let's see. All right. So,
Yes.
let's see. Way Manjo, let's hammer a tune out the guitar. How about we run our own show, Way Manjo? We appreciate the input, but we have a kind of a
Now's the
You know,
time to begin to talk
format.
about the actual subject at hand.
tonight is an actual show about talking about guitars and gears. So let's see. If anyone can guess what's in my hand, you can have a lick. That sounds like something John would say.
There's a lot of context going on there, right?
Yeah.
Being Dime Day, I mean, drink it or wear it.
New 7B is a USB. They do have a new 7B-V, I think they call it, which is a USB.
I don't want a USB.
But they still
It's
make
kind of like
the original.
when they came out with the Pine Telecaster, even though they did it way back when. It's like, no, that's a cheap one. Don't want that. USB instead of an XLR. It's like, no.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yep. All right, so let's get to our topic at hand. We're going to be talking about the Kramer. This is a Pacer series.
Now we're going to make it over here.
How you doing?
Do this.
There you
Hang on,
go.
hang on.
There you go.
There we go.
All right, so Kramer Pacer series. This is a made in the U.S. at the Gibson factory. In 2008, they re-released the Kramer. They called it the Kramer Pacer Imperial. And I bought one. It was one of those guitars that it's a fantastic guitar, but I don't think it really sold very well. So at the time, I bought one of these at a pretty good discount, and it started its life, all black. So I had it painted up with one of my favorite album graphics
The best
ever,
album.
based on one of my favorite album graphics, because this is not exactly like the album art. So one of the things that we did do though is we took out the album art, and I wanted to make sure that because if you've ever seen the whole painting of this, it's a huge painting. There's a whole lot more stuff going on, but on the guitar, I only wanted graphics on the guitar that would have been on the album art itself. So it may not be in the same position, and we'll talk about that a little bit, but I wanted graphics that were on the album art only to be on the guitar. So the guitar originally came with a Kramer, I think it's a 91 and 90 something T pickup in it. It also had 2 volume and a tone, so that they, it stretched all the way down here. And if I hold it just in the light, just right, you can see where it was covered up. You can't feel that, but you can kind of see it under the clear.
Yeah, got a little bit.
And that's just, that's just whatever you're going to get. Any kind of seams that are in guitar bodies, you always see that line that goes through. So you're going to see that. But I changed it over to just one volume, and the selector switch is original, so I left that. But I did change the pickups out. It has, back in the day, you could buy the USA made pickups because that was the only place that they made them. So it's got USA Wolfgang pickups in it. And it came from the factory with a German made original Floyd Rose on it. So everything nice and smooth on this one. And this is probably one of my best playing guitars. The neck on it, it's a little bit of I think it was a satin finish, they called it. But I bought this guitar in 2009, and they came out with these in 2008. So I'm not sure if this is a 2008 or 2009. I don't know. Don't really care. But I've had it for quite some time. When I bought it, it was in 2009, I believe, and I had the graphics done in 2010. So it's going on, 14 years old, and still in great shape. It came from the factory as well with the locking strap nubs on it.
Shallers.
Shaller locking tabs, yeah. And so what that does is that screws to the end of the strap, and then it clips on with that little rail, and then it locks in, so not going anywhere. And those came from the factory.
Nice.
So the artist that did this is Jeff Rich out of Atlanta area. And he has done guitars. Actually, I think I got him started on it because he did a lot of the work on my 5150 replica. And when he started posting pictures of that and posted pictures of this, his inbox started filling up with requests for guitars. He was a local artist that would do work for some of the sports teams. You know how you watch a basketball game and they got the big logo out in the middle of the floor. He would lay that out, and he would get that done. Yeah. He also did a painting for Dime, and I think Dime's wife has it now. Yeah, I wish I had a picture of it. But really, really well-known artist around the area and in the guitar community for anybody that has had graphic stuff or have looked for graphic stuff to be done. I personally think
what's his name?
Jeff Rich. He's
Geoff or Jeff?
RCA Guitars. And I think that he is probably one of the best artists that I've ever met. He just did a phenomenal job on this. You would think, a lot of people ask me, oh, where'd you get that skin? It's not a skin. It's actually hand painted on here. And we'll go through and we'll talk about that in just a minute. We'll show you some of the progress pictures and the story of this guitar and how it came to be. So let me go ahead and get this off here. We'll go back here. And then I'm going to add this to the stage. All right. So the idea of this guitar, obviously, was just I was wanting something that was different than what anybody else had. And there's been some copies of this guitar done, and I think Jeff has done a few of them on other guitars, and he's promised me that he won't do any more. Actually, he says he's not going to do any more because it was so freaking difficult. But he's not done another one on a Kramer. He did a Charvel body, I believe, and maybe one other body. But this guitar right here that we see, this is an old Focus 1000, I believe, body that I got. And this ended up being kind of the prototype. So this was the tester. I wanted to build the guitar and have that graphic on it and we'll talk about what happened with this guitar in just a little bit. But I brought him this body, and he sanded it on down, and we had this as the template to start with. So it was full factory paint still on it everywhere. So he took all that off, and when I would go over to visit, we would sit and we would talk about how we wanted to lay it out. So you see the drawing on the bottom here, he was hand drawing so that he would know, where the layout was. So you see the fold out up top here from the CD. Obviously I didn't have an album at that time, so it may have had more artwork on the album, but I didn't want anything that was not on the CD cover to be on the guitar. So we kind of figured where we were going to place stuff, and he would kind of mock it up, and he'd show me a picture, and I'd be like, yep, that's perfect. So we kind of did the layout together. And there is the rendering of his drawing, and I'm sure he probably still has that. So that's kind of a template that he used for any of the guitars that he did. But phenomenal artist, to transfer that onto a guitar body. So a lot of this was to get the scale of where we wanted it. And the main thing that I wanted was, as you can see, the focal point right in between the pickups is the dude punching the dude in the face. I just went, ever since I was a kid, I just thought that was just freaking, the badass part of the album cover, the dude getting punched. And when you're listening to the song Mean Street and you're hearing those lyrics, you're thinking about this dude, punching the dude in the face.
Going down the street,
people in the face. Yeah, out there, out in the main street. So
when you're showing these and the way he's adjusting this and making sure it's all in balance, I think of Charles 75N with his fabric, where everything's already pre-designed in the T-shirt, but he's still trying to do that same kind of layout stuff where you got to have the right stuff between the pickups and the right stuff on the horn and in the back corner and stuff. And that's
one advantage that he had then, hand drawing it is we could lay it out exactly where we wanted stuff. And, there were some compromises on a few things of moving stuff a little closer together to get it in there. And the horns, it took a long time to figure out what we were going to do with the horns. And eventually, we came up with what we came up with. But, big props and shout out to Jeff for his outstanding artistry. Without him, this guitar, would not exist, obviously. I don't think another artist, could have done it justice like he did. So there was the artwork. So now keep in mind, this is on a Focus 1000 body that we're doing this to start with. There's a more detailed picture of some of it coming through. I think this was the final one that he sent me and said, here, check this out. Make sure this is all good.
The dude under the pickups pointing the finger at the dude getting punched in the face. Love that guy.
Yeah. And it's funny, you look at it and you're like, man, those eyes on that dude are kind of lopsided, but you look at the original art and that's exactly the way that it is.
It gives it depth of field. It gives it kind of a 3D feel to it.
And
the one's going to be bigger.
Mongoloid.
He did not scan or anything of the album artwork. He redid it by hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's insane.
It's just
great
awesome.
artist. Amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
Can't imagine being talented like that.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that, what was it on the original guitar that he made a small mistake on? It was up here in the writing. I think where it says somebody, I think he accidentally left the E out on the original guitar we'll look at it in a minute. All right. So this is the original one. So there's another one of these floating around out there. So what does that say there? 2008. So maybe I'm mistaken of when I had this done.
Warning, Lord, strike that poor boy down.
So I must have bought it the same year that it came out, and he did it in 2008. So it's a little older than I was thinking. But anyway, so these were progress shots that he was sending me. So this is, after the original, first painting was done. It's not clear coated or anything like that, but you can see like where the dude is kicking the dude out.
Yeah.
You can see the ink is raised in those areas. See that?
Yes.
So you can actually see that it is
Texture.
hand paint texture on the guitar. And then, let's see, followed it up with a little bit of the clear going on it. So yeah, there it is. See, it says SOMBODY. So that guitar to this day has that little mistake in it.
Well, that's rock and roll, baby.
Right on. Right on. So let's see. I think this must be a picture of this. Nope, that's the original one.
What a beautiful piece of work.
Yeah. All right. So when I got the body from him, I put this neck on it. It was a bird's eye maple neck.
It's a pretty neck.
And I got this from Kyle Finch of Dive Bomb, I believe. And the neck, nothing against Kyle, but the neck, I think, was made for a certain pocket, and the 1000 body, I had to kind of shim it to get it to come up, and I never really liked the way the guitar felt and played.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I didn't like, if you look down here, this one has 2 knobs on it, and a big, huge selector switch, which I didn't like the second knob covering up the dude that was kicking.
Okay.
So I sold this first guitar, and I want to say I sold it to a guy named Kevin, but I can't remember. And he bought it because he just loved the artwork on it. It wasn't going to be a guitar that he played.
It is.
He was just going to display it in his basement or whatever. And then when he found out who the artist was, he had Jeff paint a couple other guitars for him. But so this was the original guitar. So if you go to Google and you type in fair warning guitar, on one of the first results that you'll get is Van Halen News Desk. And this guitar was featured on Van Halen News Desk way back. I think there was an anniversary for Fair Warning, the album, and they featured this guitar on Van Halen News Desk, this particular one. So this one is the one that I have here in my hand.
It has a little more balance to it.
It's a little brighter.
It just feels more comfortable.
Yeah. And it was a factory guitar. So, that's right. He did the first one, the original one, in about 2008. Then I found this guitar, 2009. And he did, let's see, what's the date on this one? So he finished this one in 2011. So it's hard to remember that far back.
Crazy, 13 years, man.
Yeah. But that's the finished guitar that he sent me a picture of, and I just started freaking drooling over that when he sent me the picture. I couldn't wait.
Perfectly balanced.
I couldn't wait to go pick it up, and I already knew how it played, because I'd already played it. The only thing that I hadn't seen yet was how it sounded with the Wolfgang pickups in it. And obviously, everybody heard the guitar at the intro.
That's great.
And it sounds fantastic.
It's my favorite maple fretboard guitar.
Is it?
It is. It is. If I had to have one guitar that had a maple fretboard on it, I'd start there.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have reissued. Like I said, Kramer has put out that they're reissuing some, and they're now calling it the Pacer Classic, I think, which they already had, but they're now changing a few things on it.
Now, yours has the German Floyd?
Mine has the German original Floyd.
And what
The
kind
ones-
of nut you got on that?
It's an R2, I believe.
Thank you, brother.
And this one does have the rear mounted nut, whereas
Yeah.
the ones that Kramer has been
Scoliosis.
putting out, the cheapo ones, the $200
From the
ones,
top,
they come down from the top. Now this is something that they said that they just went back to with the classic ones that they're coming out with.
Provided you got a good piece of wood and you're drilling the holes right, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it should be top notch.
Now, did you put stainless on that? The stainless frets?
Yes. I had the guitar long enough that I wore the frets out. I used to gig with this guitar and always got lots of great compliments on it.
Couldn't
So
imagine being in a bar and having some drinks and seeing a fella come out with your wet, dry, red rig and playing that guitar.
Right.
It's like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Well, that one's
So-
one of those you gig with it, and if you're a Van Halen fan, but it's
Right.
not like overly Eddie in your
that was
face.
my first. That was
Not
my
the red,
dip
white.
into Van
Right.
Halen. What was the fair warning album?
and that was the whole reason that I wanted this guitar, was because I wanted to give props to Van Halen, but I didn't want to go on stage with a striped guitar, So if there's a Van Halen fan in the crowd, they were like,
Well
"Hey,
done.
I know what
Well
that
done,
is,"
right.
So, but I had stainless steel frets put on it, and they did the pro ends, the little ball hot
Now, is
dog
it
ends,
plecked?
and it is plecked. Yes. So this is one of the best playing guitars that I have. Smooth as
My
butter.
first favorite guitar after I met you, watching you play your different guitars. And then there was the white signature. And then it was like, okay, well, now this
Right.
is the second favorite guitar. And then you found Claudia. And it's like, okay, well, if I get to Ryan's house, I want to spend some hours on Claudia. But because I'm part of the Trans Trim Thursday crew, I'd have to go, oh, GL2T, give me that. And I'd sit there and play that for 10 minutes and get frustrated and be like, "Wah!" and go sit with your Les Paul until you pried it out of my cold, dead hands.
Well, Trev, if it makes you feel any better, I've played the Fair Warning guitar.
Oh, yeah. I
What were your thoughts on it, Randy?
It felt better than any of the newer Kramers that I've played.
I bet it did.
Yeah, they actually did a
That
really
sounds
good job back then. You know,
What
these-
I don't know. You might get to it. I know you had it. You told me you had it redone with stainless, but those jumbos, because they feel huge.
I went with I told them whatever size was on it.
The
I just
50
wanted
by
it to
50?
be a little thinner and,
It might-
and a little bit taller. So I don't know what size it was, but I would say that it's
5100.
probably a medium jumbo.
Because that was the first thing that I noticed when I played it, was it's like the frets felt huge. But then you told me they were stainless steel, and for some reason stainless steel tends to feel bigger than a nickel fret
Brighter.
anyway, even if they're the.
Yeah.
But you like you said, they did the little ball ends on them too.
Yeah.
Oh, the little
That-
hideouts.
That could be it as well.
That makes it feel a little, because you can feel that, as you go down. But they're really, really smooth, perfect little ball ends on them. And I like that because you know how sometimes you get the string slippage at, coming off the edge. That kind of prevents that because you don't have that little slope at the end. So let's see if I got any more pictures here. Just more close up.
What say you, Jimmy?
And then everybody has
I
obviously
like it a lot.
seen that picture.
Right. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to get a sound pad with that.
So that is the story of the fair warning.
What's it weigh in at?
We're gonna do that.
All right. All right.
So let's see.
No spoilers.
Okay. Go ahead and pull that down. So we could do that right now if you want. I'm
What
gonna
are the specs? Obviously 25.5-inch Fender scale.
well, let's go to
Yeah.
can you pull up vintagekramer.com?
I could probably just about do anything you want. Right
And
now.
that would be
Second.
where we could
I'm gonna
find the
type.
specs of it. So while you're doing that, I'm going to take the strap off of this thing, and I'm going to go over to the scale.
Dan Gorman says. It's just an awesome guitar.
Well, it
It is.
Okay, so I got
It is.
vintage Kramer guitars. It's a something 1000. What is it? Focus? Is it a Focus?
No,
That's a
on
Pacer.
VintageKramer.com,
Okay.
you're going to go to the Pacer Imperial Reissue.
Oh, it's not HPPTS. God damn it. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. Vintage Kramer. Just getting a white web.
Okay, hopefully y'all can hear me as I come over here.
Let's try this again.
Scale going.
Well, when you Google it, Ryan, the last
there
result before you have to
Viagra
click
and shit going on.
if you Google Vintage Kramer Pacer Imperial Reissue, as you scroll down Google, the last hit before you have to hit more search results is a link to this video.
About
Let's
that.
see. I mean,
All right.
Randy, you can try and find it.
On the scale.
I can't find it. All right, scale. Now this is a funny scale because he's got like this scale that he uses for.
Okay, so
where he's measuring ounces. It's funny.
what's funny about my scale?
That you have the remote.
Oh, yeah.
Really jelly. Yeah, I mean that's a nice scale, man.
All right, so
I have
any
a couple scales. That's a nice scale.
any guesses onto the weight?
8.6. No, that's 8 pounds 6 ounces. That's not 8.6 pounds because that's different. 8 pounds 6 ounces.
Any other guesses?
What's the body made of?
It's a Kramer.
Pretty sure that it's. Have you guys found the vintage Kramer?
Yeah, no, I give up.
I have.
keep getting Viagra fucking ads. I don't know what the fuck you're talking.
I've got it getting there.
So you got to go to 2,000 plus.
Yep. I've got it. I'm about to do the share screen.
Okay. All right.
Can't wait.
John got tired of all this.
No, he just came back from a poop.
He had to pull an Ed. Hey, what's up? Channel member Jeff K is here. Welcome in.
7.7. I'll take that. Boop. On a Tuesday. All right.
All right. So Randy has this here. Okay. So, yeah. So can you scroll down to the specs and maybe blow that up a little bit?
You're asking me how to do things I don't know how to do.
Okay, over in your
Just hit
Okay.
Alt plus.
Control plus. Is it Alt or Control?
I think it's Alt.
Alt plus.
Yes. Okay, maybe it is Control plus.
Control plus.
Okay, maybe his computer doesn't do it.
Click on the page and then hit Control plus.
Windows ME.
All right. I mean,
There we go.
There it is.
There we go. Click another couple times if you could. Okay, so made in USA, Nashville, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
So North American poplar.
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 Are you popular?
Body finish was a polyurethane, but that's been redone. So made in Nashville, Tennessee. One piece North American hard maple for the neck. The bridge pickup was a 91T and the neck was a 90R, which I have replaced with Wolfgang pickups. The bridge is an original Floyd Rose double lock and tremolo made in Germany. 25.5 inch scale, 10 inch fretboard radius.
Radius is news to me.
And it had Dunlop 6150 jumbos. So I guess they would have gone back with a jumbo. I told them to do what was on it. 22 fret R2 locking nut, rear mounted. The controls, I've already done away with those. It's now it's got an EVH Borns
completely different.
low friction pot in it. Yep. but the output jack is the same. The strap pins are the Shaler strap locks. Machine heads are Shaler inline, and it's got the wrench holder on it.
Oh, that's a little 2-wrench thing on the back of the headstock, or
The colors that it came in were a trans blue, trans amber, and a metallic black. And obviously,
I like black.
that one started as metallic black.
So you had good tone right out of the gate. So underneath all that fair warning shit is a bunch of black.
Well, it was sanded down. Yeah.
Okay, it was sanded down to wood. So.
They also did a limited run of these in a natural finish.
I still believe there's a bit of black in there.
They did.
It sounds so good.
They did like 10
Right.
in a natural finish.
Yep. And in my opinion, this was during the Music Yo time, but I don't know that this was because Music Yo was overseas, wasn't it? Or was it?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Well, I think the overseas ones were like those ones they were doing like the quad rail pickups and all that stuff on.
Mm-hmm. No, but this one does show it's made in the U.S. in Nashville, Tennessee, at the Gibson factory. Made in the U.S. So, all right. So now that we all know that it's made of poplar, any further guesses of the weight?
7 pounds 5 ounces.
7 pounds 5.
7.2.
7 pounds 2. Randy, any guesses?
That's cheating. I've played it.
This is true. All right, so here we go. Can we see that?
10 pounds,
I see it.
26 ounces.
8 pounds, 12.25 ounces.
Oh,
Yep.
A chunky bitch.
So,
Well, poplar is otherwise known as Japanese maple. Poplar is not as light as you think it is.
not
Yeah,
in
it
the
is-
woodworking circles. Poplar is known as the softest wood to fucking like basswood.
it is on a little heavier
You
guitar
use
for
poplar
the.
when you're just learning and you don't want to wear out your gears. It's a hardwood, but it's not really a hardwood.
Yeah.
It's barely a hardwood.
It's certainly not my heaviest guitar, but it's pretty heavy guitar for
But
super
it is
strat.
stable,
Yeah,
and it does have certain tonal qualities.
It's easily paintable.
And
And
it
it's
sounds
easy
better if you
paintable.
say
Poplar leaves.
poplar too. Look at you,
Poplar.
Robbie Stingle. Where the hell are you, brother?
yeah. Should have Robbie here tonight. So there we go. 8 pounds, 12.25 ounces.
That's interesting because my all my PV tracers are all
So who
poplar,
won that?
and they're not that
Did
heavy.
anyone else give guesses?
Well, this one certainly's got some heft
Be
to
a
it when you throw it
good
over
piece
your
of
shoulder.
poplar.
Yeah, I guess it's a good sounding guitar. Let's see. Quentin says I've used Dunlop strap locks for 35 years. Hate the Shalers. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
For you.
you also use an RP 360 too, so there's that.
Oh,
I
I
have
couldn't get to it quick enough, but there we go. Let's see. He also says, I won a Kramer Focus 1000. It came with the Floyd that you did not clip off the ball end at the bridge. Horrific guitar.
a speed loader, huh?
Speed loader. Yeah. Those
And
are
they're-
horrible.
There's all the colors, the 3 colors that were offered in.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go black.
Yeah, for sure. And the blue one was kind of a transparent color where you could see through to the wood grain. Yeah.
Yeah, just like the green is.
So there we go. That's what it started off as. So yeah, made in USA.
I'm sure that guitar is an achievement better than the sum of its parts. Just from the way I've heard you play it, the way it sounds, the way it looks. That's
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites.
beauty.
It would take quite a bit for someone to convince me to get rid of that guitar.
$8,000.
Given the rest of the guitars that are in your
Sold, John.
Shipping included.
hanging with the Ben Coombs crew after last night's show.
That's an even better deal for you, Ryan. That's 8,000 Canadian. That's like 15 grand for us.
Somebody said, "Oh, Ryan's selling a guitar," and I was like, Which one? The aqua, the blue? I mean, he's had a couple on the Facebook for some time. I mean,
There's 3 up there right now. Yeah, there's the chlorine burst Wolfgang
Chlorine.
special, they call it the charcoal burst Wolfgang
I like the
special,
charcoal.
and where did it go?
Aqua.
It's
The
right
co-
here.
The
The
Corey
Stein-
Feldman.
The Steinberger GS7T is for sale. So, anybody looking for a Steinberger, let me know.
That's it. No, in and out. That one.
Yeah, pretty much. That one,
Natalie
well-
doesn't want it.
that's where it came from to start with. Headless USA. It was refurbished by Jeff, and it was sold by Headless back in 2017, I think. So,
It was 7 years ago.
but it's a rare one, you know. It just we'll talk about it at another time. I may do
On
a
a
show
Thursday, I'll
on
bet.
it. Well, we may do one of these guitarsenals on it. Go over it because it is a rare and unique guitar.
It'd be
Just,
neat if we had a day that was a Tuesday and a Thursday. We could do a Guitar Arsenal Transdram Thursday. What?
Yeah, we could. So, anything going on in the chat? Questions about
I've been
the
kind
guitar
of a
that
chat for some time.
that I've missed? You had
Hello.
one job, Trev.
What's up, Arky? Welcome in.
Was
Good to see
Are
you.
you still going?
she was
Archie?
she
Let's
was
go.
here earlier.
Oh, she quit.
She quit.
I
She
thought
came
you
back.
was like, oh, I'm going 36 hours. I'm a motherfucker from hell. You know, all right. I'm like the one person still watching.
All right, so I said that we would have some bonus coverage of some material. So let me get my phone, and
We
I'm
need
going
like some
to
triumphant music or something. Do we have that?
log in to the StreamYards on my phone. And hopefully this doesn't go crazy. I'm going to turn my microphone and stuff off here.
Remember, folks, when the show's over with, leave us a comment on whose gear you
Whose
want to
what
see
you wanna
something of
see?
next. Mine, Ryan again, John, Jimmy, Trev. Don't leave it in the chat. Leave it in the comments. Before we're over here playing rock, paper, scissors of who's going next.
Well, I mean, we'll come up with something, but we want to make it your show too. So I
Right.
mean, you can direct the overall outcome of where we're going by making your suggestions in chat comments after the show's ended. There he is.
There we go. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay, what is that noise?
I mean, it's not an SM7B, but we can hear you.
Yeah. All right, let me change my camera around.
That's always a challenge.
Let's see.
Kind of feel like we need that.
It's always so difficult on the phone.
Oh, I know. The buttons are small, and you got to go to this menu. What? Where's this? What? Why can't I do this here? What? I hear you, man.
All right, let's get back. All right.
Back to where you want.
Okay. So hopefully you can see what's over here.
Hang on, let me make you big.
What she said.
That-
All right, so this is the Lion, a universal audio pedal, the Lion 68. This is supposed to be a Marshall in a box. Heard a lot of good things about it. Told a friend that I would buy one, try it out, see how I liked it. And I wanted to see how it would work out, going into the Rodecaster for streaming.
Right.
So what I've done here is I've set it up very similar to my main rig. Is I have coming out. This is just stereo, so it's not wet, dry, wet. But I'm coming in first into a DD500, and I have a delay set for 424 milliseconds. It's then coming out of there, mono, into an Eventide micro pitch. So then it comes out stereo with the detune settings over into the SDE 3000 pedal, which is set to 500 milliseconds on one side and 250 on the other. And then coming up and straight into 2 channels of the Rodecaster. So I'm going to move over to the B rig here on this computer, and then we'll test it out and see how it sounds. So I will be right back.
Stay tuned, folks. This is very exciting. Very exciting.
Quentin, we know the answer to that is Ryan's.
Yeah, no, Claudia is a step above all others to make everybody else buy a Les Paul. Mind you, Vader's pretty nice. I mean, given... I'd want to spend a bit of time with Vader, too, if I was over there. Just saying.
Yep, Blue Mox.
Adam Jones.
That was the news of the day. It was all over everybody's YouTube feeds. We might know something about that soon. Alonzo says that's a lot of cables. You can do 4K. Well, you can do 4 cable method with those UA pedals, right? I'm pretty sure you can. My
reverb that I had, the whatever golden reverberator, that was mono.
Okay, I should have specified the amp pedals.
I don't know. Never tried one.
I'm pretty sure one of those 8,000 videos on the Anti 1992 I watched today said you could do it on it.
Let me get a little more light over here.
Super chat. Go super chat himself.
Okay, what did I miss as I was gone?
Those UA amp pedals, you can run 4 cable method with, right?
You can. So you could technically do a wet, dry, wet with it. But you can do 4 cable, put it in your effects loop, and actually add another channel to your existing amp. But it has stereo in, stereo out, so you could technically come in mono, one run to your effects pedals, and you could set your effect pedal to 100% wet, and then send that out to 2 channels of your mixer, and then you could come out of the other stereo output and just have a dry signal. So you could do a technical wet, dry, wet, but I don't really think it's too terribly necessary. I mean, you can get really, really close with a stereo setup. So we're going to see how it sounds. Let me grab a guitar and we'll run it through some paces here.
Blue Mox, I was pretty impressed with all the videos I saw on it. If I can move a couple things, I might build me a pedal board rig out of one.
Anybody that is looking to get a very, very similar tone to this, I would recommend that pedal if you're going into like the Rodecaster or whatnot that we do. This has been so far the best feeling and the best sounding pedal, even on top of like that Axe Effects that I've found so far. Now Jimmy gets a really, really good tone out of the Synergy. So, you know, this is much cheaper than a Synergy.
Working.
Right?
7 years and you goosed it with high voltage and you're complaining.
The Lion 68 pedal, I think, is on sale for $349. So, US. I mean, it's not, US.
$500 Canadian.
So it's not cheap. But if you're looking to build a smaller portable, if I were to ever travel somewhere and I needed to take, I would take my Rodecaster Pro 2
Yeah.
and these pedals right here, and I would have this sound. I could take it with me wherever I went. So,
lay it down, brother.
so guitar is plugged in. Let's hear it. So what do you think?
I dig it.
Sounds pretty good, man.
Yep.
Will it chug?
It sounds pretty chuggy to me, man.
It'll chug.
It's
I could
more
actually
chuggy
put
than his egg cap setup.
a little more bass into it because there's two channels on there. You know, Marshall's
It's got some girth.
volume 1, volume 2.
Stretch
Now I've
me
done
so wide.
I've done some tweaking, and in the Roadcaster you can do some EQing as well. So I've kind of tweaked it to kind of what sounds good in a mix, and you know that's what we do here. So
Right.
let's give a little. You guys got a drop C guitar on you? We can play around. So I'll get started on this, and then we'll see. I'm gonna stand up while I play too.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So there we go. What'd you think? Honest opinions.
Holy Smolians. That was pretty cool, man. That sounded fucking great.
Sounds pretty sweet.
In the words of the late, great Jackie Stewart, that was fucking great.
But that is, in my opinion, with all the stuff that I've found, the universal audio pedal seems to have
going on there for sure.
And it feels fantastic.
Just watching you play it, you can see the way you're sponging into that shit, man. It's good.
You play modelers or whatever, at least my experience, they just don't feel right. But they have just released today a pedal called the Anti, and it's supposed to be loosely based on the 5150 block letter. And if you want something that's going to be more gain, I would highly recommend one. I mean, you always got a return period. But
sure Miles on board. He's got those, right?
I don't know. Does he?
Miles? Yeah, he's got the PV block letter 51.
Oh, those. I thought you were talking about the...
You said block letter.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the pedals.
Oh, yeah, no. Not the new pedals, but the original OG block letters.
Right on. Yeah, I thought it sounded really good in the mix.
That sounds great, man.
I would say that that's probably a good 90+% of what my A-rig sounds like.
In my circles, with the friends I travel with, we would say that wasn't good enough for the girls I go with. That was on point.
Yeah, that would definitely be worth putting all that onto a little pedal board and having it as a travel rig.
Zip up bag. And
I would even gig with that. Send that to a front of house. I'd be fine with that. So, anyway.
Jimmy, we can't hear you. Why can't we hear Jimmy? Yeah, I see him. Your lips moving, but I can't hear what you say.
I'm betting with some EQ adjustments is you could probably get that so close that you probably would be hard pressed to differentiate.
I think that if I came on and I played and I was sitting over here and I was hooked in through that, nobody would know the difference.
So. Right now, no, it got a little more chew on this,
and that's the Marshall side of it. Yeah, it's got a little more of that woody, knocky carang to it.
Yeah. I ain't mad at it at all. I dig it.
And I was thinking, I was like, well, man, they just came out with the high gain pedal today. This morning it was released. Like if I'd have known that, maybe, I just got that last week. Maybe I'll return that and I was like, wait a minute. That's for the B rig over there. It's the B rig. It needs to be a little different, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to keep that pedal.
Got personality, but yet still excellent.
Yeah.
That has that core tone. I mean, definitely.
Core tone. I'm going to use that. We need a t-shirt with core tone.
Core tone. Let's see. Alonzo says, is it possible to do wet, dry, wet with two cabs and the EVH SDE 3000?
If you Marshall, it can be stereo.
If you rewired the cabs, you could, but I would not recommend it.
I've kicked that idea around because the Marshall is stereo. The PV cab ain't.
Well,
we could do a left-right microphone cab.
If you've got a stereo cab,
do a dry with the PV.
Yeah, you could do that.
We've talked about that, but then now I need a Rodecaster Pro Duo instead of.
Let's see. Blue Mox says you play through the Stealth 100 for your main, correct? That is correct. But I have a selection of EL34 or the OG
EL34 cab and just turn it up that one night when we weren't even online. Fucking glory. I told the wife, put your headphones on, we're going.
See AB both pedals if you grab the late. I don't think I'm gonna. Maybe if a buddy or something buys one, I can do that.
Randy,
but
you, Randy.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with it. So I've got three guitars for sale and an Axe Effects FM3.
I've got two guitars for sale, so
anybody needs an FM3, let me know.
Email
Make a good deal.
description.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess that's it for the fair warning guitar and the bonus coverage of the
Pounds, 12
Universal
ounces.
Audio line pedal. What else is going on? Anything in the chat?
I couldn't tell you.
No, we're
Miles
pretty
is here.
up
What
to
does this
date, I
mean?
think.
Cortex just saying it's
Quad
good.
cortex.
Yeah. Matt.
Oh,
For his brain, even, right? Maybe that's what he's talking about.
He's talking about the quad cortex, man. That's what he uses.
Well, and he has a John DeShane setting.
Daniel Berry
RJ
Sports
setting.
Highlights is here. Welcome in. Good to
What's
see you.
up?
What's up?
Jonathan McCullough, I saw your comment earlier and didn't welcome you in, so welcome in. Let's see. Yostinator's here. 10 minutes behind. The tone has a lot of presence. It needs to. Trying to cut through the tracks. Waller Cries is calling for a rundown on Randy's Yamaha amp. Is he kidding?
Probably.
He don't know, man.
As I recall, he's in this general direction, so I guess we all.
Right. So I guess
It
that's
sounds good for what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I
Nothing
still
wrong
look
with it.
forward to the day you put a microphone into your cabinet. Oh, I'm gonna make this room. It's gonna be glorious. I'm moving stuff over. I mean, that was 6 months ago. Fuck, what's going on?
I don't have endless money.
No, I know, and you're still buying guitars, but anyways, I get you don't have that much time.
He's got his
Holy
he's got his,
fucking
He
hell,
works a lot of
Trev.
Saturdays.
he's got his priorities, Trev. He's got his priorities.
And
Buying guitars, so he's good to go.
I'm way more of a guitar nerd than I am a amp and gear nerd. Like amp
get a
and
fucking
effects
microphone
and
in
all
my
that.
cabinet, for Christ's sake.
Look who's talking, Trev. We're trying to get
I
you
got
to,
one. What do you want?
trying to get you to
Plug, man.
you're trying to get you to
do you
jam on the
want?
show. I'm like, Trev, what's it gonna take to get you to jam on your guitar? And he's like, couple shots,
Couple beers and a whiskey.
couple beers.
I'm that far in. What do you want?
I think he's just rock us out, man.
shit.
Give us something.
Fella's got to go step on his tuner pedal. Now you got the headphones already under the goddamn wheel of the chair. Okay. Here we go.
It's always something, isn't it?
Well, you got to make sure you're clear before you go.
He's got his Angus Young socks and shoes on.
Right?
Would you look at that? We probably got a bypass button on or something. We're getting back
See,
up.
any kind of excuses he can come up
I'm
with.
working on it.
Hey, what's up, Miles? Six Fingered Assault channel member is here. We've also got channel member Dory McMahon is here saying hi.
Dory.
She's calling for you to rock it out. Trev, let's go. Yeah, you might need to play Drop Dead Legs after
I don't
flashing
know
them
if that's
babies.
gonna work.
Play some Pantera, do it for dime, Alonzo says. We got to keep the copyright stuff down, though.
I don't know if it'll be close enough to even matter, really. I haven't even tuned this thing. It's your favorite song, Matt.
We can tell.
Oh, that one ain't right. Sorry, John.
Close enough for rock and roll, man.
Okay, so what did you want to hear?
Whatever you got, man. Whatever you got. Rock it
Whatever
out.
I got.
Anything and everything that you got.
This is a new riff I'm working on. But
You got Boner, channel member Boner Jams is here.
Oh,
Say, get it,
shit.
Schmitty.
If Boner's here, I gotta change the channel on the app.
That's an awesome look from the waist down. I love it.
Right?
Yeah, man.
It's definitely the Angus Young look for sure.
Don't play ACDC though. We'll get taken down.
Somehow I've come undone.
This is live, folks.
There we go. Let's mute the microphone.
Boner Jams, $40.99 super chat. Says, I love Trev. Guys making moves, learning to play guitar. Proud of you, man. Kisses and hugs. Right on. Thank you, Boner. Sharon! Can't hear you.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you get when you say, Trev, pick up a guitar, even though you haven't had one in your hands all day.
It's good, man. Everybody's loving it.
All right.
You're doing it. That's all that matters.
You are an inspiration to all.
How about this one here? There's
We got KK Trev. We got a yeah, buddy. Blue Mock says that tone is damn good.
You said that last night too. I appreciate it, Blue. Is it better when I turn off?
Mm-hmm. Got the sustain. Can't hear you.
I digress.
Is that all we get?
Yeah.
Right on. Big round of applause for Trev. A lot of good compliments, man.
No, thanks for all the love. I can do better.
Just got to keep playing, man. Got to keep
It was
playing.
the first time I
Gotta
picked up
keep
guitar.
playing.
Give me an hour of noodling and then let me come back.
I'll be in bed.
I could be there in 20 minutes, John.
He'll still be in bed.
Yeah, but an hour, that gives us 40 minutes together.
Eddie will find you. All right. Well, I think that's it for tonight. We covered the fair warning guitar pretty well. Let us know. I think Randy mentioned it earlier. When this show is over, go down in the comments and let us know what piece of gear you would like to see a little further indulgence on.
Yes.
Don't ask me to jam an E major.
We won't.
We didn't.
Is that Quentin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Any parting words, boys? No.
Happy
No.
Dime Bag Day.
Happy Dime Day,
Bag.
motherfuckers. Get your pulse.
All right. Appreciate everybody coming out with us tonight, hanging out.
I got you some parting words for Dime Bag Day.
As long as it's not copyright stuff.
That was it.
That was it.
That's all you get. You get the pick drag because the rest of it's copyright.
Right. All right. We'll see everybody Thursday. Trans Trim Thursday coming up. Not tomorrow, but the next day. And it's an early weekend for me, so it may be a very, very late Trans Trim Thursday. We may do a marathon, so we'll have to see. But yeah, we'll see everybody later. Appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out again.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you. And yeah, see you then. Don't forget to leave your comment. Make sure you click the like button if you like what we're doing. If not, click the thumbs down, but do it twice so that it counts. So we'll see everybody next time.
Peace.
Till then.
Later.
Later.
Building backwards, living backwards.
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
I fear you're underestimating the sneakiness, sir.